Time for Q and R. Q is, it's pretty much just Queen. Self-titled, 2, Sheer Heart Attack, Night at the Opera and A Day at the Races, News of the World, Live Killers, Jazz, The Game, Flash Gordon soundtrack, Hot Space, The Works, The Miracle, and then the only other Q vinyl I have is Quiet Riot, Metal Health, and a Metal Health picture disc. That's it for the Qs. That took me 40 seconds, so that's why they got added on to the Rs. Okay, so technically this says Saboteurs, but it's the Raconteurs. This is an import vinyl, and they had a different name. So I have it in the R's because there's the follow-up. Saw them at Riot Fest last year. Radiohead, that's a band I still have yet to see live, surprisingly enough. Capital reissue of Pablo Honey, The Bends, which is my favorite. OK Computer, Kid A, Amnesiac, I Might Be Wrong, the live album, In Rainbows, and King of Limbs. I have all the rest of them on CD as well. Rage Against the Machine, Battle of LA. This is the Rainmakers. The singer, Bob Walkenhorst, was a guest on Drunken Lullabies and performed a couple songs on the show. Then we go to the Ramones. Obviously, I'm missing the debut album. I'm going to have to track that down at some point. I just haven't yet. All of these are original pressings, so that's probably why I don't have it yet. We have Leave Home, Rocket to Russia, Road to Ruin, End of the Century, Pleasant Dreams, Subterranean Jungle, Too Tough to Die, Animal Boy, and then that's the only non-original. That's a reissue of Ramones Mania on color vinyl. Moving on to Rancid, we have Let's Go, And Out Come the Wolves, Life Won't Wait, Self-Titled, Indestructible, and Let the Dominoes Fall. Again, I have all the other ones on CD as well as those. That's a Rat 12-inch promotional. And then Red Hot Chili Peppers, by the way, that's the only Chili Peppers vinyl I have. Red City Radio, another former Drunken Lullabies band of the week. They are from Oklahoma. There's The Dangers of Standing Still, and then the self-titled album, which is fantastic. Otis Redding. The only Real Big Fish vinyl I have. Not a great representation of the band, but I have everything else on CD. Refused, Shape of Punk to Come, and then all the Reggie and the Full Effect. This is white vinyl, got a promotional copy. This one's funny because it's called Inside the Dust Sleeve, but if you get it on CD, it's called Under the Tray. So, and then that was the comeback album there. No Country for Old Men. Old Musicians. Yeah, that's it. REM section. Got all the big early albums there. And Automatic for People. I'm missing Green and Monster. Wouldn't mind having those. REO, another quasi-local band. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Get it? It's a dad joke. High Infidelity. And now, one of my favorites, The Replacements. This is an original pressing of Let It Be that I tracked down years ago and treated myself to. Probably paid more than I should have, but it's one of my favorite all-time records, and it's in really, really good shape. So, then Tim, I have an original pressing, and then the reissue on 180 gram that Rhino did a couple years ago. Same for Pleased to Meet Me, a reissue. This was a record store day thing, 4-song EP, repress. Don't Tell a Soul original and reissue. And All Shook Down, which had never been on vinyl until this version was released. This is their final show on double vinyl, recorded in Chicago on the 4th of July 1991, where they kind of broke up on stage. So this was a tribute for Slim fundraiser when he was having some health issues. It's got a few songs, and Tommy and Paul reunited. So, and that led to me getting to see them live for the first and only time. Emmett Rhodes, Don Rickles, couple Righteous Brothers, Rilo Kiley, Under the Black Light, and Rise Against. Got several of theirs. And then the Riverdales original album, and then one of the later ones there. This still comes with the promotional poster inside. The Rocky score. Tommy Roe, Dizzy. Had a 45 of that song as a kid that was my mom's, and I always loved it. So that's part of the collection as well. This is a big section of just Rolling Stones. They're probably out of sequence, so I apologize. There's just a lot of them. So, Out of Our Heads. December's Children. I have stereo and mono releases for that. There's just a lot of Stones. So we'll flip through all those. Beggar's Banquet. This is the white cover. And then I have a reissue with the toilet cover. Let's see if the hologram thing doesn't quite translate that way. Let It Bleed. Goat's Head Soup. Get Your Yayas Out. And the Greatest Hits collections. Hot Rocks. Okay, now we're on to Sticky Fingers, which I have, a regular one with the zipper in good shape. This I bought at Hot Topic, I think. Came with a t-shirt that went in there, and then it's got a red vinyl version, so I just kept that, and I've got a backup copy. Exile on Main Street, one of my favorites, an original copy of that, and then the deluxe box set that came out years ago that has like a bunch of stuff on it. CD version, it had a documentary. It was pretty cool. So still going. This one was kind of a rare one. It's got Everything Is Turning to Gold, which was previously unavailable, and so was that song there. So, Metamorphosis. This actually has an insert to get merchandise and get a t-shirt of that. Black and Blue, Some Girls, Tattoo You, Steel Wheels, and that's where it ends for the Stones. And it's kind of crazy that they just did an in-home concert during this whole Corona thing. Good on you, Keith. Staying alive. The Romantics in Heat. And then Crazy from the Heat, David Lee Roth. Got a couple Runaways, Queens of Noise, and Waiting for the Night. And then the rest of this, I think, is just Rush, which there is a lot of. So we'll flip through those. Their favorites. Got to see them a couple times over the years. I was very sad to hear when Neil passed. This one I've got a regular and original master recordings. I think that's going for like a couple $100 right now on Discogs or whatever vinyl selling app you use. Exit Stage Left. This album came out the year I was born. Moving Pictures. Signals. Grace Under Pressure. Power Windows, Hold Your Fire, Show of Hands, Presto. And then we jump to some modern times. That was the tour I got to see him on, Moving Pictures Live. And then Clockwork Angels. And I had the Feedback EP, which was all cover songs on import vinyl at one time, but I sold that. And then we've got a couple Matthew Ryan records, which those are signed as well from when he was a guest and performed live on Drunken Lullabies. So that will do it for the R's and the Queen portion of the collection. We'll be back with the S's.